xxxxXXX. We all do it, we all love it. It's a topic we want to talk about. Oh my god, I just feel like literally the aunties on my channel are going to be like, Aman, band kare bakwas. Sex. You don't talk about sex. Hi you guys, welcome back to yet again another video of mine. You're watching Aman here on TAUR Beauty. Welcome to my channel, guys. Welcome to another episode of Q&A with Aman. Yeah, I can't believe we're on episode 3 already, and I can't believe already how popular that these episodes are becoming. I'm getting messages from you guys over on Instagram, over on TikTok, just asking about these episodes, and you guys are just telling me how you're so excited for the next episode, which I am absolutely loving. So firstly, thank you very much for giving me such love on my episodes. So as you guys can see from the title of today's episodes, this is an interesting one because we're talking about sex and relationships. Sex and relationships. I don't know, I just find sex and relationships is such it's a topic which I find we are just not allowed to talk about in our culture. So I know there's a variety of people who watch my YouTube and my channel, but I really kind of wanted to focus because I mean, even from kids and even the last episode which we had, which was living with the in-laws, a lot of this stuff has uprooted from our culture, from the Punjabi Asian community, Indian, Pakistani, whichever community you're living in, more about our Asian community. And I find some of these topics are just topics which you don't really talk about, like living with the in-laws is like a topic which we won't talk about. The first episode, like mum stuff, like in our culture you don't talk about mum stuff, you just get on with it. You're basically, you get married and basically you're just told that, yeah, you're gonna have kids, and everyone just waits until you pop out that child. So I find sex and relationships is also one of those topics which we're just not allowed to talk about. It's like, sex. You don't talk about sex. I mean, sex. We all do it, we all love it. It's a topic we want to talk about. So having said that, let's get over to my Q&A which I asked over on Instagram, and let's talk about some topics. A lot of questions, guys. So someone just, it's so funny because someone just replies back saying sex only, okay. But there's some interesting questions here, guys. Right, okay. One of the popular topics I got was, do you believe within our culture, should we share the number of sex partners we have? Now, I truly believe that one should share. Just because I believe in a very open relationship. Yes, there are some things that I believe couples should hide from each, like not tell each other. Like little things, unnecessary things, I think, just which don't really need to be mentioned. I understand those. But things like this, the number of sexual partners, I truly believe that one should tell themselves. I believe in an open relationship. I believe that tomorrow anything could happen. I find that like you're spending your lifelong time with this person and you should be able to tell them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a few partners, whether it's sexual partners, whether it's someone you've kissed, whether it's someone you've hugged, whatever it is, guys, like whatever wavelength you're on or whatever it is, I 100% believe you need to be open to your partner, because imagine in the future you run across a certain person and it's a bit of an awkward, and your partner asks you why is there an awkwardness. Well, then you can just relate back. Remember I told you about so and so, and this is exactly what it is. Rather than things, and like I always find like opening a can of worms, it's good to do it in the beginning. What's the point of doing it like halfway through or when you've been together? Yeah, it could be 10 years later, things like this may not matter. You've been together for 10 years. But maybe in the future things might matter. So I always say it's always best to tell a person exactly how it is from the beginning. And I know a lot of you guys might say that, oh, but I don't know whether my partner will be okay with me telling them this. They're going to be mad, or they're going to say, oh my God, I don't want to be with you. Or being a 29-year-old, when you look back at like a 21-year-old, things like that don't matter anymore. And my true belief is, like, if you can't tell your partner, like, or whoever you're going to marry, how many, you know, sexual partners you've had, or how many people you've kissed, or how many so-and-so, then is there any point of the relationship as well? If they're going to get mad at you for being with someone else, for gaining a life experience, is there even any point of being with them? So I think when you're a married person with kids, you look at life's perspective from a whole different view. So I truly, being 29 and having experienced what I have in my life, so on my 29 years of my life, nearly coming to 30, I think it's very important. I think you should tell your partner and just be open about it. That's what I truly believe. Okay, so this one I got in Punjabi, so I'm going to answer this one as well. It says here, पहले relationship जरूरी है, sex तो बाद में भी हो जाएगा. पहले relationship जरूरी है, sex तो बाद में भी हो जाएगा. So I think this person is saying, I don't know what this person is saying. Anyways, I'm just gonna basically change this question around to what I think they're asking. I think they're asking, is it important to have sex before marriage or after a marriage? Now, remember, marriage is a very open thing. Nowadays, we're living in the 21st century. I believe in marriage, and I got married, and, you know, my brothers have got married, and like most of my family are married. However, it's not, like, marriage nowadays, not everyone does it. Yeah, in our culture, when we're talking about our society, the Asian society, in our culture, yes, we have to get married. Like, boy, if I was to be living with somebody, like, I would be frowned upon. I'll be the rebellious girl. But now, again, 29 years, I'm feeling like, yeah, I could just go live with Jackie. Like, what is that? Like, we went on several holidays together before we got married. Do you get what I mean? So, yeah, obviously none of them were like my family, extended family weren't aware at the point, and obviously watching this video, they're going to be aware, and I've got nothing to hide about it. So sometimes it's like, is sex important before marriage? Well, if you're not even going to get married, then does it even make a difference? If you're very cultured and obviously you are going to think, it's up to you guys. Like, I think it's good to get to know each other before marriage. And I mean, for goddamn sakes, what if you can't even get it upright and you get married to this guy and you're just like, well, okay, interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think it depends on two people. If you have very strong beliefs and you're very religious, and even religion's got nothing to do with it, because I don't even know if religion has got anything to do with it, because I don't know whether anything in religion says you can't have sex before marriage. So honestly, I don't know. But I truly believe, like, it's up to you. It's, as an individual, you're the only person that can make the correct choices for you. I never think I can make the correct choice once Harvey is in a position, or Avi is in a position, and they're old enough. Me and Jackie truly believe we're not in that position to tell them right from wrong. So, like, tomorrow, if they're gonna have, you know, partners and boyfriends and girlfriends, we're not gonna tell them it's the right time for you to kiss and not to kiss, or have a sexual relationship or not to have it. It's their life, it's their thing to experience. I truly believe, like, it's up to you. If you feel like having sex before marriage is the right thing to do in your relationship, then I think there's no right or wrong about it. You as two people know what intimacy you're having, and it's the 21st century, guys. Like, there are things that you can do, there's protection that you can take, and you're not going to have sex and vocalize it to the entire, like, family, are you? So it's your private situation, it's your private, intimate situation. If that's something that you want to do, then definitely do it and have that experience. And yeah, like we were just talking in the previous question, is it right to tell your next partner about how many previous relationships you had, whether it's been sexual, whether it's not been sexual? Again, it's your experience. If you don't end up marrying this person, it's your experience to take over to the next chapter of your life. So yeah. Ooh, so someone commented, aunties in your family are going to have a field day, and I feel like they're probably already having a field day at this point of the video, guys. But anyways, another very popular question that I got was, how often should a couple have sex, especially when they have kids? Again, this is a question where you can know the right or wrong answer to this. It's your relationship. It all depends on two beings. Are you quite the sex-driven couple? If you are, then obviously the amount of times you do it per week, per day, or whatever, I mean, if you do, it all depends on your like sex drive. Oh my god, I just feel like literally the aunties on my channel are gonna be like, Aman, band kare bakwas. But anyways, guys, it depends on you. It depends on your sex drive. If you are a very high sex driven couple, then obviously doing it as frequently as possible. Obviously, if you're not, then you won't be doing it as much as you would think. I do believe it is healthy that if one partner is feeling it one day, to kind of go along with it. Like, once you're into it, it carries on. And if your partner knows what they're doing and they can turn you on, like, you can go from being off to on. I believe you can go from being off to on quite quick. As you get older, as you know, you've grown and things like that, things in your life do change. And yeah, when you're definitely older and things change, you're busier, you've got work, you've got kids, you've got other things to do. So obviously you're not as driven as much, and obviously you're going to have days where one person wants to do it and the other person does it. I believe, like I said, it's a compromise. If today you want to do it and your partner doesn't want to do it, you know, obviously if your partner's like shattered, then understand the situation. But I believe in both partners should compromise, and it happens in our life, it happens in our relationship. You know, one day when I'm feeling it and Jaggy's not feeling it, or he's feeling it and I'm not feeling it, but I think we compromise and we just do what we feel is healthy in our relationship. And I believe there's no given number of how frequently you should do it. Like I said, it depends on each different couple. One couple might do it like 4 times a week, and the other might even just do it 1 time a week. Like, there's nothing saying that their relationship isn't as solid as the person doing it 4 times in a week. Sex doesn't drive the relationship, but to an extent I believe it does. I believe it is an important factor of a relationship. Did you guys struggle to find each other's rhythms and likes, dislikes in the bedroom? I don't really know, actually. I don't think we really did, kind of thing. I think, like, again, I said maybe we did, but I think it was, again, with compromises. Like, there's things that I like more, and there's things like Jeggy likes more, or things that we don't like, and I think it's just compromise. Because if I don't like something and I know he enjoys something, I would still do what it is to keep him happy. And this isn't just around sex, it's just in a relationship as well. Like, there could be things day to day. Remember, this topic is sex and relationships, so there's things in our day-to-day lives and everything. It doesn't just need to be in the bedroom, but it's day-to-day life, like things I'm going to enjoy and things he's going to enjoy, things I'm not, you know, likes, dislikes. But I believe, again, it's a compromise. Sometimes you've just got to compromise and turn your dislike into a like because your partner likes it. It's a compromise, right? Like, relationships are a compromise. And I also recommend talking about it, because obviously you're watching my video, the person who's asked this question, you're watching my video, and obviously, you know, like, you're watching it, but obviously if your partner's not watching this video and you're going to think, okay, well, how can I go about this? Like, she doesn't like this, and how can I go to this? Or he doesn't like this, and how can I do this? Big thing is talking about it. I believe sit down with your partner and talk about it. Like, you know, this is a topic and this is what I think that we should do, and this is how to spice it up. And there's ways of spicing things up. Like, if you don't have a like, dislike or something, or in any relationship, it doesn't have to be like restricted. Spice things up. Like, if you're talking about bedroom stuff, then yeah, go to a nice like spa or hotel or something, and have a time away and use those things to spice things up. If it's just day-to-day things, and like, you know, you're just having breakfast and, you know, you're just like, well, this is boring. All we do is have breakfast at home. It's the same stuff again and again. Then maybe go on a breakfast date. So it works out with a load of things. Like, You don't have to just sit in one place and do the same thing again and again. In order to spice it up, use different techniques. Like, we've got Google Bubba, right? Like, Google tells us everything. Like, go onto there, like, type in things how to spice it up, and just talk to people, like talking to other people. I talk to my girls about like my relationship, and I talk to them about things, and we give each other tips or whatever it is. So be open, talk about it, and that should hopefully spice things up. So I hope I've answered that question quite well, but let me know. I have been in a relationship for quite a few years now, but I feel like my boyfriend just never understands what I want. He never wants to do anything that I want, and when I try to talk about it, he shuts me off. My straight advice to this is, if he shuts you off and he never lets you talk about things, he never wants to do, I personally think that maybe you need to sit back and analyze your relationship and think about the fact that, is he the one for you? Obviously, now he's your boyfriend. Tomorrow, if you're going to marry this person or you're going to spend your entire life with this person, how do you know if it's going to stay the same? You've got one life. This is your one life to do what you want and achieve what you want, live it how you want, go where you want, do what you want. And if this person never wants to do anything, and then you feel like your voice is kind of being lost in the relationship, what's going to happen a few years down the line? What's going to happen when you're going to end up having babies? What's going to happen if you end up getting married? Your voice is going to completely be lost, and gradually I feel like you're going to lose yourself, and mentally you're going to be drained, physically you're going to be drained. So I feel like at this point you just need to sit back and look and have kind of like one last conversation with your boyfriend and speak to him and say, look, I've got wants and I've got needs, and you're not compromising and you're not doing things with me. Is there even any point of us carrying on? Because I literally feel like I'm not being voiced in this relationship. And then if you feel like he again shuts you off, then girl, I think it's time that you analyze that and you think, well, is there someone else better out there for me? And also, one thing, guys, I've got to like really talk about is like time scale. There is no given time scale that says you need to find your partner or the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with at a certain age. That does not exist anymore. In this life, 40 is the new teens, girls. Like, there's no limit. So don't feel like you've wasted a few years on a certain person and now you've moved on, and it's fine. Yes, some are lucky, or some are lucky to find someone or not find someone or whatever it is. Like today I'm with Juggy. You don't know what the future holds, like, and I do wish, obviously I pray that we stay together for our lifelong, but I'm just generally saying, like, generically speaking, there's people out there who've been married for 25 years and 25 years later they think they found themselves. They're never going to think about those 25 years that they've lost. Never think of things of being lost. Always think of things being gained, and always think of experiences being gained. So always think of something that you've gained something rather than you've lost or something. That's my way of thinking. Before marriage, I was really nice and skinny. I've had 3 kids and I have grown a significant amount. My partner says you're too fat and he doesn't like having sex with me. Shameful. I've gained weight. Juggy's gained weight. We believe in kind of just accepting what our bodies are, because things are going to change. We've aged, I've had kids, and yes, your husband's not given birth to kids, but his body's obviously changed, like Juggy's body's changed. I love cooking, I love feeding, he eats a lot. Like, he is not that skinny boy that I met, and you know, he's got a bit of a beer belly and I've got a bit of a gut from giving birth to kids. So what I would say is, again, with your husband, you need to talk to him, because he needs to learn to love you for the weight that you are. You've obviously gained weight over whatever it is. It's your kids. You've got 3 beautiful kids out of it. As women, our bodies change a significant amount. So my advice to you would be, try get yourself fit and try make yourself fitter. It's not always easy, but do it for yourself. Don't do it because your husband is telling you. Do it because you want to. I will talk to him about it. Again, I wouldn't just say, oh yeah, go to the last resort and say, I don't want to be with you, because if you obviously don't like me and you're never going to sleep with me and this is what you're going to say, that let's just not be together. Because I do believe there's things, you can fix things. So I would talk to him. Guys, the biggest thing in a relationship is just talk and analyze the situation first and look back and analyze it and talk. You'll be surprised because you see my vlogs, you see me and Juggy on Instagram and you see all of that, and I myself is telling you guys, you see the happy moments. You don't see the daily struggles that we have with anything, and we talk about things like this. Sometimes I don't, like most of the time I don't feel good about my body, and he's absolutely fine with it, he doesn't care. But I feel like maybe he does care, and it's good to have those conversations and to talk to him about it. And that's the biggest thing that we can do. We can only sit there, we can only talk about it and then hope to understand one of each other. But I don't know how to fully answer this question, because like I said, I don't want you to go to the gym and wear yourself out and be like, I need skinny for my husband, because I don't believe that you need to go to do anything for somebody else. He was well and truly aware that he got married to you, well and truly that people's bodies change, especially when you're going to have 3 kids. You should say to him, like, take a look at these 3 kids. Like, did you not want them in the world? Like, don't play with them then. Don't call yourself a dad then, because you don't deserve it, because I went through this shit to, I went through this body to get these 3 kids, or things like that. So I would say talk to it, but I do hope I've answered somewhat of the question. And I really want to say, like, if there is any other women, men, works both ways, who feel on this issue, do comment down below. So the person who asked this question, or anyone else who has got a little bit of any questions around this topic, they can just chase back and you guys can discuss it amongst yourself. Like I said, I'm answering these questions to the best what I can, and I'm hoping in the future that you guys, we can have another season and we can come back to season 2 and answer these topics again, and a lot of you guys will not only ask questions but give advice as well. So yeah, I do not get along with my husband's family, but when I talk about it to him, he gets really upset. What can I do? Again, it's one of those ones, you're with your partner's family and stuff like that, there's nothing you can do. You're there for your partner, you two are the ones that are going to be spending your entire lives together. Your partner's siblings are going to be busy with their lives. If they're single or they're not busy at the moment, then they'll be hanging around at the moment. But gradually your partner's, like, siblings will get busy in their own lives, they'll drift away. Your partner's parents won't be there forever. And even in your intimate moments when you're at home, or it depends, are you living with them, are you not living with them? But you gotta say you do get your time just where it's you and your partner. So I would just say, for the sake of someone else, which is their family, who's getting in the way, why would you ruin your relationship? An example is like me and Juggy, for example. There are people in his side of the family which I wouldn't say don't get along with, because I try and make sure I get along with everyone. But yeah, dislike. I do dislike certain people. And but the thing is, like, there's no point me saying to him that I don't like this or I don't like that, and then it just causes an issue. So if I'm sure he knows from some aspect in his life that this thing's not right or wrong, and I mentioned it in my previous, like, last 2 episodes as well, especially like living with the in-laws. There's things that I'm not gonna like, there's things Juggy's not gonna like. But there's no point of him saying, I'm not gonna go here, I'm not gonna do this, or me saying, I'm not gonna do this, I'm not gonna go here. There's no point of us doing that, because it's just gonna cause an argument. I just believe in just suck it up, go and take it in. And one thing Juggy's always told me is take one thing through one ear and out the other, literally. So if someone does make a comment or someone says something, in one and out the other, guys. It doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be one of those things where you're just like, I don't like this person, I'm not going to go there, and then you just sit there having a massive argument. There's quite often that couples who live away from their parents don't get along with the other parent. But again, just suck it up, go there, show your face, be smiling. It makes your husband or your wife happy, and they're going to be like, wow, she did really well. And then you would not believe if you've gone all hunky-dory, being all laughs and a ball of laughs, and your partner will then start to analyze that person that you dislike, that person might not get along with you, and they'll notice the habits and the way that person is being, and that will translate that person's personality onto your partner themselves, and your partner will then question it. So I always say, whether you like, dislike something, it's family. You can't choose your family. You can't minus them from the equation. You have to deal with them. It's good, just deal with them with a smiling face. If they say, make any comments, put it through one ear, out the other. Go home and brush it off. You've left that situation. You've come out of it. Don't keep it in your system. It's your life. You can choose what to put into your head, into your heart. Take it out once you're instantly out of that situation. Try see how that works, and do DM me and tell me, you know, just I'll be curious to know what people think about this. But yeah, right, I'm gonna answer one last question, because I feel like this video otherwise does get long, and I know my previous episode was quite long. This one says, did you lose interest in sex after baby? I have completely no interest anymore. No, I never lost any interest, but I do know a lot of women, especially women, who have lost interest in that. I just believe around the 21st century, I believe the world revolves around sex. It's just one of those things. The world revolves around it. So I kind of believe, like, if the partners aren't, I believe sex is very important in a relationship, and if that doesn't exist in a relationship, I believe that one or the other will go looking for it outside. I truly believe that. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Let me know what you guys think. That's just my point of view. But like I said, I know a lot of women often don't, and I don't know what to say to that, really. Like, how can you drive yourself to want to do it? I don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. I don't know whether it's because of routine. We've always had the kids sleep in their own room, so we've always kind of been together. I don't know whether that's that. I know there's a lot of like men and women who say, I try and do it, but my wife's not interested, or she's always on her phone, and then she says she's tired, and then it works out that my husband says he's always tired. I believe in making time for each other. We have a phone rule, and I know someone, and I mentioned this before as well in one of my vlogs or videos, but I basically told you guys that I know I'm very on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, but we have a rule where we don't use phones after an evening. So like around 8 o'clock in the evening, we try to put our phones away. It doesn't always happen. Life happens, we don't always do it, but we truly believe in putting away our devices so we can just have quality one-on-one time. And then you'll be surprised that quality one-on-one time spices up and things change. So if you do have kids, guys, I believe give them a routine, because it's necessary for you to spend time together. If one or the other is doing shift work, again, I believe, like, work around your patterns and make time for each other. And if you know you have just about an hour or 2 hours during the day, like, make things happen and see what can happen in those kind of things. So again, I hope I've answered your question, because you asked, did you lose interest of sex after the baby? So I believe I've answered that question, and yeah, I really hope that I've kind of answered it. I don't know, I really hope I have. But that is it, guys. That is all of the questions I'm gonna do. There were a bit of raunchy questions, which I'm not gonna answer. This is it, guys. This is gonna be it for my sex and relationships video. I don't know how you guys found this one. I don't know whether you guys are looking for more spice in this video. Let me know, because maybe we can do a part 2 to this within this season. Let me know what you guys thought of this video. If you don't want to be open on the comments, you can always DM me on Instagram. Guys, like, you can ask me a lot of questions on there. I don't ever reveal who's asked, and I never go back to the person judging, because who are we to judge on another human's opinions? But yeah, that is going to be it for today's, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Do have a look out, because I, at this point, haven't decided what next week's episode's question is going to be. I just don't know, but I'm going to sit down and on my Instagram, which I have linked over here, which is @TAUR Beauty, I will ask a question for next week's episode. So do answer your questions on here, guys. Follow me on my Instagram if you're not, because that's where I ask all of my questions, and then hopefully I will come back with episode number 4 next week, and we can answer some random questions on there. But thank you guys for watching this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I shall see every single one of you in my next video. Bye guys!